Hello everyone and welcome to today's CreepyPasta video. So in this one I'm going to be covering a video game related CreepyPasta, and this is one I'm stumbled across on, and I'm surprised I never really heard of it before, because I love Mario Kart. So this is going to be a Mario Kart related CreepyPasta called Mario Kart Black. Now I didn't even know there was CreepyPastas for Mario Kart. I know that there are for other Nintendo games that I've even covered Ben's Drowned in the four-parter on this channel. But yeah, so I thought that, you know what, this would be quite an interesting one to cover, I believe, because I do like the video game creepypastas. They are quite fun, especially for series that I do like and that I have played. That I've played Mario Kart. I first started playing Mario Kart on the Wii, then I played it on the DS, then on Nintendo Switch, because I'm just cool like that. But anyway, let's get crack-a-lacking. So this is Mario Kart Black. So, hello, my name is Sarah Ribbons. I am 28 years old and I was born on October 17th, 1990. I used to live in a happy neighbourhood in New Jersey, but not anymore. Also, I used to have an older brother who cared so much about me and always stood up for me, but he died 7 years ago. What happened to him? How did he die? Did it have something to do with why I had to leave New Jersey? The story I'm about to tell you will give you all of those answers. The year is 2011, when I was only 21 years old. It was my older brother Jacob's 25th birthday, and one of his presents was a Nintendo Wii. He was surprised he got the black coloured Wii console, which was great since it holds more data than the original white ones. However, our parents said there was only one Wii game that came with it, Wii Sports, so they gave us some money to buy a few games as me and Jacob went to GameStop, since the most common place to get video games in the United States. When we arrived at the closest GameStop, I noticed that there were hundreds of Wii games such as Mario, Zelda, Sonic and many others. Jacob and I started searching for the perfect Wii game to start with. I was looking for Mario games while Jacob was looking for the rated M for mature games. When then in amusement I found the perfect game for Jacob's new Wii. The game appeared to be a Mario Kart game and it was called Mario Kart Wii. I remember playing Mario Kart 64 when I was a little kid and Jacob would always beat me in a race, but that was the past. With Mario Kart Wii that's not going to happen. I'll show Jacob who I truly am when I show him. When I show him this, I'll show him who's going to be the one losing all the time, I thought to myself. So I went to Jacob and showed him the game, and when I did he laughed. Really? You expect that to be my first Wii game? Jacob said. Remember the times I was losing to you in Mario Kart 64? Guess what? That's not going to happen in this game, I replied. Jacob said, no, what I'm saying is, why would we start off with that game when we should start off with this game? He showed me a Mario game that had a rated M symbol on it. I thought it was weird because I didn't think Nintendo really make games that are rated M, and normally our parents wouldn't let us play M-rated games. And the games we were supposed to look for were more kid-friendly games that we could all play together as a family. The other thing was that Jacob loved rated M games, which are, in other words, fighting games, games with drugs, blood, sex, and of course some vulgar language. But as a 21-year-old girl, I was willing to have the guts to play this game Jacob was talking about. So I agreed with Jacob that we should buy the game. Before we handed it to the cashier, I took a good look at the game. The game was called Mario Kart Black, and the box art cover depicted a clown-looking Mario with his cap on fire, standing in front of a pitch-black background. It reminded me of Twisted Metal Black on the PS2. On the bottom of the picture was a Nintendo logo and rated M symbol. I looked at the back of the box, and there was white text saying, "Are you ready for a challenge? Give Mario Kart Black a spin and see what you're made of." "Are you sure we should buy this? The game looks sketchy," I said nervously. "Oh, come on, what are you, scared? You're scared of a Mario game? Don't be such a chicken," Jacob replied. Hey, I'm not a chicken," I yelled. That's when we made it to the cashier. We gave the cashier the game, and when we did, the cashier started shaking like he was scared of what we had just gave him. The cashier tried to calm down, but he just couldn't stop shaking. I tried to ask if Nintendo really did make this game, but it just made the cashier shake even more. The cashier said in a nervous voice, just take the game, kids, just take it for free. And then he ran off to the employees' room. That cashier was such a whiny baby, Jacob said. "I don't know if you should take it or not," I said to him. "Please, sister, this game looks awesome," Jacob begged. But didn't you see the cashier's face when I gave it to him, I asked. Yeah, it was just too much of a chicken. Let's just take it, he said as he grabbed my arm with one hand and the game with the other as we headed out the GameStop and made our way home. Our parents were at work, so Jacob suggested that we tried out our new game, but I didn't think it was a good idea since I was having that feeling that something bad was going to happen. We went into Jacob's room, inserted a disc, which was a blank disc with the phrase Mario Kart Black written on it in permanent black ink, and started the Wii. I noticed two strange things. First, the startup screen for the game, the thing that you see when you've inserted a Wii game on the menu, was a completely black screen. Secondly, Jacob turned the icon with his Wii remote that there was no intro. It was just a completely black screen with no music or sounds coming from it. He then pressed start and then the game started. The first thing that happened when it started was that there was another black screen with text on it that said, "Welcome to my world." Dude, this is like the start of a scary movie, Jacob said. He was well amazed by that one message until another message came. Now we can have some fun. And some disturbing engine revving noises were heard from the TV. The message finished its line with the phrase, "Racing in hell." Laughing noises were heard and blood splattered all over the black screen, scaring Jacob a bit. It did then cut to the title screen, which looked pretty disturbing. It depicted Mario with the exact same appearance he had on the front cover of the game, standing in front of an explosion. Above the creepy plumber was the name of the game, which was Mario Kart Black, and disturbing music was playing. Why would Nintendo make a game like this, I asked. Who cares, Jacob answered. This game looks cool. It does remind me of that Twisted Metal Black game on my PS2, but you still need to admit this does look awesome. Yeah, but, I replied, I don't think Nintendo would make a game like this. Oh please, sis, Jacob said. I don't think some demon made the game, nor did the game come to the world by itself. This is scary, but also pretty cool. Now, things are starting to confuse me even more. Jacob thinks the game is a parody of Twisted Metal Black, but I think the game is either possessed by demons or was sent to this world by itself to torture those who found it. When Jacob pressed the start button on his Wii remote, there was only one mode in the game, single player, no multiplayer, just single player. And as he selected it, the screen went to the single player selection screen, which only had three options: enter hell, sacrifice, or ... All options were written in crude red letters. Jacob stopped before making his choice. He then said, "You're right, Sarah, we shouldn't have brought this game. What was I thinking?" He then selected enter hell. I wish Jacob would listen to me. If he did, this would have never have happened. Maybe next time you should listen to your own sister, who always thinks before buying something, I told him. After pressing the enter hell option, the game took us to the character selection screen. There we noticed that the only playable character in the game was Mario in his world ring. There were other characters in the menu, but Jacob couldn't access them. Selecting Mario took us to the track selection screen. There was only one track, which was just called Murder. The game didn't even give us a preview of the track before we started. Why would you make such a weird game? We both said. After Jacob selected a track, another text message appeared. I'm impressed with you. You really want to come here? You really want it, do you? Then a demonic laugh played with an image flashed on the screen for a split second, followed by a loud heartbeat with more demonic laughing. We were both scared when we saw that image flashed onto the screen. I can't even remember what it looked like since it appeared on the screen for so little time, but I swear to God that I saw Princess Peach with her eyes missing and blood oozing out of her sockets while smiling. After that, the screen stayed black for 5 seconds and then natural race started. And just a side note, I swear I saw that picture on the internet of Peach without eyes and blood coming out of her sockets while smiling. I swear I saw that picture. Like, I did not realise it was part of this CreepyPasta, but I swear I saw that picture. Let me know in the comments below if I'm just imagining things, but that sounds so familiar that I can picture it in my mind's eye now. That picture, I swear I saw it on like memes and stuff. Let me know in the comments below so then I know I'm not losing my mind. Back to the CreepyPasta. Mario, who Jacob was playing as, was the only player on the course, which appeared to be a misty dark forest. The sky was pitch black and it was raining. After the 3, 2, 1 go message, Jacob started to drive Mario and follow the course. The music that was playing for the course was the Endless Stairs theme from Mario 64. Because of the heavily dense fog, Jacob couldn't tell where Mario was going. There wasn't even a map on the course to show him where to go. Jacob just kept driving along a dead straight dirt road. Suddenly he saw something that caught his attention. Jacob ran to see what it was, and there was a huge pile of smashed, broken and burnt carts with dead Mario characters. Then the stairs theme finally stopped, but then changed to a more distorted version of the game's main menu theme. He wasn't able to control Mario after that. Did your Wii remote stop working or something? I asked my brother. No, Jacob answered. It's gotta be the game, that's doing it. Mario started to cry as he drove the wild ring by himself, going around the pile like it was a cutscene. What grossed me out the most was when he ran over Luigi's sliced head, resulting in fresh blood splattering across the dirt road. I feel bad for Mario, poor plumber, Jacob said like he cared. We saw Mario driving while crying in such sadness for about 30 seconds. Then when we saw a sign that said "Turn back now" written in red letters, then Mario stopped and he was still in tears. Jacob then found out that he was able to control Mario again, and as soon as he did, Jacob told me something about that sign. I don't think I should do what that sign says. I'm not turning back. This could just be a trap. And so Jacob refused to do what the sign said and went past it, and when he did, he had unleashed the power of hell. He wasn't once again able to control Mario. Mario started driving the wild ring by himself again, and this time he drove so fast everything around him was just a blur. Lightning flashed on the screen, and screaming can be heard while passing a couple of wrecked carts. The music then started to sound more distorted and worse, and then we heard someone on the screen shout "Mario!" which made Mario scream very loud in his usual cartoony voice. Who said that? Who's there? Show yourself, Jacob yelled back. The game responded with the screen fading to black. I was frightened at that point, but Jacob tried to be brave and did his best to protect me. I'll tell you who said that, the game responded in white text on the black screen while the sound of realistic tire skidding can be heard. That was, the game paused for a moment, me. It finished its statement along with a terrible smashing noise and lightning flashing on the screen. It then cut to the bad ending of Mario Kart 64 players would witness if they lost in the Grand Prix. Mario, who now looked messed up in his wild ring, was there watching Bowser, Wario and Donkey Kong standing on the winner's podium. 10 seconds later, Mario drove over the hill as a bomb followed him and exploded, causing blood to splatter everywhere, with another scream from Mario as the screen goes purple. I had enough with this game. I tried to turn off the Wii console, but it just wouldn't shut off. I couldn't even turn off the TV, nor could I open the bedroom door. Well, I guess we did fall for it, I said. The game is already at us. A text message appeared on the purple screen with only one word: murder. The screen flashed orange and purple over and over as the word murder gets larger and larger. When it got too big for the screen, the phrase disappeared and a merry-go-round theme from Super Mario 64 played along with creepy images of Mario characters. That was when Jacob had enough. He grabbed the power cord to the Wii and unplugged it from the socket. As it got unplugged, the TV shut off. Jacob grabbed the Wii and threw it across the room and it smashed to pieces. He was still terrified. Jacob, calm down, it's over, I said while trying to calm Jacob down. I couldn't help it, I just couldn't take it anymore, so I had to, Jacob yelled as he covered his face with his hands. Our parents are going to be mad at us when they get home, you know, I said. I know they will, but at least we're saved, Jacob responded. I don't think this is the end, I said in a quiet voice as I heard the door open. Someone's coming. The bedroom door opened and we were both shocked to see that the person was a dark shadow with red eyes resembling Mario. Finally found you two, he said. Now say hello to murder. I screamed and jumped out the bedroom window. I landed on the ground and started running, but before I did, I saw Mario slaughter Jacob with his razor-sharp claws. This made me cry so hard. My older brother, who always stood up for me, who always cared for me, and who always liked to play and do enjoyable things with me, is dead. And it was because of this living demonic Italian plumber from the game that we just played. I ran as fast as I could with tears falling down my face, knowing that Mario was already after me. After running for about 10 minutes and with my energy low, I noticed that Mario wasn't chasing me anymore. I've got to hide. He could come back soon unless I hide from that sick psycho, I thought to myself. I decided to go to the same GameStop that Jacob and I bought the game from. While hiding there, I noticed that the same cashier from before was still there, so I went over to ask him how that game actually got into the store and why Nintendo would make such an awful game. Excuse me, sir, I said to the cashier, can you explain to me how this game called Mario Kart Black got here? Me and my brother played it and it became a living nightmare. He's already killed my brother, the cashier, froze as he recognised me from before. Well, he said nervously, I could tell you one thing, Nintendo did not make that game. Then why does it have the Nintendo logo on it, I asked. I don't know, kid, the cashier said. All I know is that Nintendo didn't make it. I don't think they've ever made such a horrible game. Then, how did you know it was horrible, I asked. Because I've played it before with a couple of friends, the cashier responded. But it was pretty darn terrible because it killed my friend, he yelled while sobbing loudly, which made everyone in the store stop what they were doing for a moment and stare at us talk. You don't need to yell, everyone's watching us, I said. Please, calm yourself down, I have another question. If Nintendo didn't make it, who did? I don't know who really made Mario Kart Black either, the cashier said. I've heard other people have also played Mario Kart Black and their family members and friends got killed when they played it, such a terrifying game. They've taken the game home and after, when the friends get killed, it somehow ends up back in the store. I gasped and walked out the GameStop exit saying, well, I've got to go now. It was good to see you, bye. I was on the run again. I came home and discovered that Mario had taken over my family. He killed my brother Jacob and he even killed my parents when they got home. I know he's after me. I had to get out of the city before it was too late. I went to the train station and got onto a train which took me all the way to Louisiana. There I started a new life alone. The year is 2018 and my nightmare days are history. I haven't seen Mario since I got to Louisiana. I live in a new neighbourhood and I have a house of my own. I got a new job as a nurse at a local hospital. 6 months of working later, I finally got enough money to buy a house of my own. I now have a daughter called Roxy for short, and I am married to someone who will always be there for me. My husband reminds me of my brother Jacob, and when I think of Jacob, I am always reminded of that fateful night back in 2011 in New Jersey, something I will never forget. And that is the end of Mario Kart Black. So that was quite a good creepypasta. I think the only criticism I've got with this one is that it starts off quite interesting and quite eerie, and like, you know, like the other video game creepypastas, you had the classic ones that, you know, with the disc, with the writing, with the black light felt writing, similar to Ben Drowned and other creepypastas. The game cartridges, the discs, depending on the type of game it is, it's always never an official one, it's always like scribbled on the title. So I did like that, and I liked the eeriness and how it described when they started playing, how messed up it was, and, you know, with the creepy distorted music, the game taking control of itself. I liked all of those bits, but the part that I had to try not to laugh at was when the Mario came out of the game and she said that she jumped out the window and then carried on running. Like, I understand in that situation you'll be hyped up, I can never say the word, but it's like, you know, when you're hyped up, the hormone that you know gives you super speed and super strength and all that, because you're just hyped and you're in flight mode. But how does someone just casually jump out of a window because someone's going to kill the brother, well, potentially you and your brother at that time, just jump out the window, I'm guessing that it's the second floor, and just casually just keep on walking? Like, surely you'd break your legs or something. Like, that bit did make me laugh, but yeah, I think that bit was a little bit silly. I think they could have maybe worked on that bit a bit. So it was cool that Mario came out of the game and was hunting them down, but I just thought it was a bit silly how she just casually jumped out the window and started running away from this Mario. I did enjoy the rest of it, it's just that one part that I thought was a bit silly compared to the rest of the creepypasta. The rest of the creepypasta was really good, very creepy, as the name suggests, and very eerie. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you have any suggestions for any other creepypastas or anything else you'd just like to hear me ramble about, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, lets me know what you guys enjoy. And if you have any suggestions, like I say, you can either put them in the comments below, or you can reach out to me on my socials. I check them daily because I have no life apparently, and I just live online. I am chronically online, so you can reach out to me on my socials, which I'll leave linked below, or you can pop me an email and send it to my YouTube email, which is in my YouTube bio in my channel. And I shall see you all in the next one.